Chris Brophy, musically obsessed. Chris Brophy, musically obsessed with vinyl CDs and cassettes. Chris Brophy, musically obsessed. Oh yeah! I don't need you. I don't need you. That's what a lot of singers say to their band. And then they leave. And some singers have success after they leave their band. Some singers don't. Some singers have a little bit of a solo career and then go back to their band because they realize it was better with the band. But I want to highlight 5 artists who left their band to become a solo act and had some pretty good success. Now, little side note here. I'm not saying that these artists made better music than they did with their band. In some cases, maybe. You could argue that. But I am saying that these artists had a pretty successful career solo, leaving their band. Of course, with the help of others as well. Because when you go solo, it's not like you're standing up there by yourself on the stage. You bring in some musicians to accent your sound. And for a lot of these guys, bringing in the right musician was what separated them. So here we go. The first one. Remember that band Black Sabbath? Well, they had a singer named Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne was kind of tired of Black Sabbath. He left. I think he had a pretty good solo career. Just 3 albums to show you. Blizzard of Oz, to prove the point here. Diary of a Madman. And Bark at the Moon. Some of my favorites. Of course, he's made other solo records as well. He's worked with Randy Rhoads on guitar. He's worked with so many other great musicians. But personally, I think Ozzy did pretty well saying, I don't need you, to Black Sabbath. Now, you know, he's gone back to Black Sabbath, but he's done pretty well solo as well. Now, something completely different. There's a band called The Smiths. You guys know The Smiths, right? Well, their lead singer, whether you like him or not, his name is Morrissey, and he's come out with a whole bunch of solo albums. I thought I had Your Arsenal on CD, and I do, but it must be in storage. I couldn't find it. But I do have my favorite Morrissey solo record, and that's Vauxhall and I. And this had the huge hit, The More You Ignore Me, The Closer I Get. A lot of people say Morrissey needs the Smiths. I don't know. I mean, he's had a pretty successful career post-Smiths. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not saying that the solo stuff that I'm showing you is better than the original band. I'm just saying that, hey, they did pretty well. Next, how about Sebastian Bach from Skid Row? This guy has come out with a lot of solo records, and they're all really, really good. He actually has a new album out, too, that I need to check out. I've heard a couple songs from it, and it sounds pretty good. But here's just a few of his solo stuff. Angel Down, right? Kicking and Screaming. Give 'Em Hell. And, you know, is it Skid Row? No, but it's heavy. There's some really good stuff on here. He was also in the Gilmore Girls as well. So, you know, I think Sebastian Bach has made a name for himself post Skid Row. What else we got here? Let's go, let's go one of the big ones. Iron Maiden. You guys know the lead singer. Bruce Dickinson. Well, one of the lead singers. Bruce left, and I think he's done pretty well for himself. I mean, here's just a couple of examples. Tattooed Millionaire was a solo record of his. This is one of my favorite. I would put this up against some of the later Maiden albums. Accident of Birth. This is a heavy, heavy record. Really good sounding album as well. He teamed up with Roy Z, who produced a lot of his stuff. This one has Yannick Gers on it. Of course, Bruce went back to Maiden, and, you know, I think he knew which side his bread was buttered on. But he's still coming out with solo records, even while he's with Maiden. And that's kind of an interesting idea, too, is these guys who are coming out with solo records being a part of the band still. So Bruce could kind of fit into that category as well. But, you know, Bruce is never going to sell out an arena like he would with Iron Maiden. But he still puts on a damn good show. And his records are really, really good. And again, sometimes I would put some of these albums up against later Maiden albums. And some of these might win. And lastly, if you guys watch my channel, you know I love Black Flag. Well, my favorite singer of Black Flag was Henry Rollins. And I don't really know how Black Flag and Henry Rollins kind of parted ways. I think Rollins wanted to stay in Black Flag longer than Greg Ginn wanted him to. But regardless, Rollins has come out with some great solo records. Here's just a few. I love Lifetime. This is a heavy record. The End of Silence. And Wait, which had the huge hit Liar on it. Rollins is doing a bunch of spoken word tours now. I saw him last year. But, I mean, his albums and songs, really good stuff. So now, I challenge you, dig into your collection. Do you have any artists where they said, you know what, I don't need you. I can make some records too. And they're going to be pretty good. Let me know in the comments below. Or make a video. All right, guys. Bye.